In all honesty, I've never heard of osteoporosis secondary to excessive sweating. The one advantage that if you're doing an impact type sport, there is something called in our esteemed physics professor will understand. It's called Wolff's Law. The more stress you put on the bone, the thicker and stronger the bone gets. Mother Nature is really smart in this regard. So if you're a runner, you're going to have really thick bone, especially in your legs. If you're a weightlifter, that's why they have the older people weightlifting now. It increases the calcium deposition and the bone makes the bone stronger. It doesn't have to be heavy poundage, just a little bit of weight makes a big difference. So I've never heard of calcium replenishment in a high performance or even an aggressive athlete that sweats a lot. Usually what gets you in trouble is the sodium and the potassium and the electrolytes. Recently it was thought that potassium was the culprit in giving you cramps, et cetera, and that's why we give the kids oranges to suck on at halftime. And but now it's gone back to that sodium is probably the culprit, and the lack of sodium gives you the cramps. Interestingly enough, I was at the University of Florida when Dr. Cade was there, who was a world-class nephrologist, kidney doctor, and he's the one that came up with Gatorade. He was an interesting guy. He collected sweat from all the athletes and analyzed sweat, and he based his Gatorade on composition of sweat. And he had a huge fight with the University of Florida over royalties. And actually he won in court and then gave all the money back to his lab. But he just wanted to make a point to Florida that, you know, he spent all his time doing it on his own, his free time, and they weren't going to take his money for him. Then he gave it all back to the lab anyway. So, interesting guy.